Dallas 55.
Nice day for a motorcade.
Ah, there he is!
President Kennedy is being rushed to Parkland Hospital.
Got something? It's the president. He's coming in.
He's probably got the flu.
We're fascinated by the image of Kennedy, the mythology of Kennedy. I think actually the discoveries of who he was as a man and as a president, these things are unfolding. We apply meaning retroactively to things. Life is messy and presidencies are messy, and we don't really know people's place in history until someone decades later decides to apply a kind of different meaning or spin on it. But Kennedy's death was more than a shock. It was an earthquake.
Doctor! It is President.
I know who it is. I need a kick bucket. Here.
I remember thinking this is one of these movies where it's just a state of trauma the entire time. Everybody's traumatized and it doesn't stop. I mean, I think I got about 5 seconds in the beginning of the movie where I'm in a good mood, and then it's just awful, and it's the same way for everybody in the movie. Yeah, it can be tricky. Yeah, it can be very tricky, and you worry about overdoing it, underdoing it. It can be hard.
Sir, will you allow me to take that film into my possession? Right now, there are people out there that are ready to start a war. Now, the film in that camera is the only way we have to know what happened out here today. You understand that? It's a matter of national security.
I need to think.
Sir, I'm no longer asking.
There's not a scene in the movie that anybody's seen before. I think the kind of the thriller aspect of getting the Zapruder film developed without it being destroyed and then moving it and using it as a piece of evidence to try and figure out who actually did this shot. But to me, it was the little domestic dramas happening that were, they were huge, Shakespearean, the trauma room, the fight between, amongst the doctors to save this guy that was unsavable. His head was blown off, and these doctors were rookies. They couldn't anticipate it. They weren't trained for it. They weren't ready for it, and suddenly they're thrust into the middle of history.
Yeah, I knew all the stuff that you get from the conspiracy stuff. I knew more about what was Oswald doing, I've read all that stuff. The narrative of that stuff I was familiar with, and, all of that kind of activity. I didn't know about any of this other stuff, really.
This guy works at the depository.
Why the hell do we have it?
Goes up tracking.
For how long? Do you have any idea what you've done?
Mother, your son has apparently killed the most important person in the world.
It's my story, too.
Every scene in the movie happened. There's poetic license, it's a piece of art, there's a frame, there's a camera, there's performance and interpretation. A lot of the dialogue came from transcripts, especially the scene between the brothers, Lee Harvey Oswald and his brother Robert. I never took license with the truth.
There are a million theories, and I don't have any particular one that I would subscribe to, but I personally think there's enough weirdness about it that I think there was clearly something going on. It wasn't just him acting alone.
Jesus Christ, this was not supposed to happen.